Hello again, and this is my final ride. I'm starting this ride at Wilbraham Park in West Cape May, and I'm going to record the ride back to my home in North Cape May. So I guess I hope that anybody that was following this channel that follows it because they like to see the scenes of Cape May from the perspective of a seat of a motorcycle. Got a little flavor for what town looks like and is like at the end of October. My wife and I are heading back up Sunday, and I'm not sure if we're coming back down next week or not, because as I've said many times, I take my granddaughter to her gymnastics on Mondays and Tuesdays, and next Friday the kids are off from school, the grandkids are off from school, so my wife and I will be watching our grandkids next Friday. So it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to get down here late Tuesday night and have to turn around and head back up Thursday afternoon, because we have to be home Thursday night so that we can drive up and be at my daughter's by early Friday morning. So we might not come down next week, but the week after that we should be down. It's a good time to be a sports fan in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Phillies made it to the World Series, and they start the World Series in Houston against the Astros tomorrow night. The Astros are understandably the favored team, having won 106 games this year and swept Seattle and the Yankees. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they've been in the World Series 4 of the last 6 years. So I think they are the superior team on paper. But baseball is a very streaky sport, and anything can happen. So we'll see, but it'll be fun just having the Phillies in the World Series. It's been, I guess, since 2008 or 2009 since they were in the World Series. And the Eagles are having a good year. They're 6-0, coming off of a bye week. So a lot of people have sort of anointed them as an elite team in the NFL this year. I'm not so sure I'm ready to anoint them as an elite team. I know they're the only undefeated team, but I've watched all of their games, and they haven't put together 60 minutes of good play yet. And I don't think there is any elite teams in the NFL these days. So I guess the Eagles have in my opinion anyway, as good a chance as anybody to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, because there's no one real dominant team out there. The Tampa Bay Bucks are not playing well. The Green Bay Packers are not playing well. New England is not playing well. Buffalo's a good team, but I would put them on a par with the Eagles. Kansas City is a good team, but again, I'd put them on a par with the Eagles. I think the Cowboys are a good team, but I would put them on a par with the Eagles. So I think the Eagles have as good a chance as anybody to make a serious run into the playoffs. So it's a good time to be a sports fan. The 76ers got off to a slow start, dropping their first 3 games, but they seem to be coming together, and they'll be there by the end of the season. I think they have a lot of talent on that team. Coming back to Cape May via Jonathan Hoffman Boulevard here, or Jonathan Hoffman Road. I'm not sure if it's Boulevard or Road. And I am back in North Cape May. The North Cape May Shopping Center is right in front of me to my left, and that's where I began my ride today over to Cape May. And consistent with my practice, I'm going to go down to the Delaware Bay and ride down along the Delaware Bay to Town Bank, and I'll make a U-turn and come back to try to give a better view of the bay than you get from this, from the right side of the road heading north. Harpoons on the Bay is shut for the season now. Last weekend was their final weekend of the season. This never gets old to me. Looking at the Delaware Bay, especially on days when it's not crowded here, is like chicken soup for the soul. Especially just walking down from my house, walking down here and either sitting on one of these benches or walking down to the beach, with the sun beating down on you, and it's just very therapeutic. And of course, I will conclude this ride at 1100 or 1300 Franklin, which is the corner of Franklin and Indian. Here it is. $1,300 Franklin. So anyway, thank you for watching these videos, and I will, if the weather permits, I will try to get back out before we head up on Sunday and take a ride over to Wildwood. Just a quick ride around the Wildwoods, and also maybe head over to Cape May Point or the villas. So take care. Thank you for watching. That's it for me.